Hi folks, good evening. A couple of minutes late there, thank you for holding on. And it's got a little dark here this evening, Kathleen, yeah?
It is actually, it's very dark out.
I've been working hard the last couple of days, doing some house repairs. We had a leaking copper cylinder. The hot press, or as it's known in Ireland, famously the immersion. And we got a new copper cylinder, and I decided that when I had it out of the hot press, we call it, I put in an instant shower as well, so that's in, just left to be wired now, and plumbed up and all that, so just looking for sympathy, folks, just in case you're not going to give me any. So anyway, welcome folks this evening, and do a song I've been doing for years, since it came out in the 80s, from Luca Bloom. I've mentioned this before. Lovely simple song, but very strong lyrics. I love lyrics and songs, and it's called The City of Chicago, all about some folks from the northwest of our country in Donegal, and they have to, or they decide to emigrate during the famine times and end up in the city of Chicago, not by choice. Some of them get on very well, more of them didn't, and the song is, I just can't really stop singing this song. And Luca Bloom, as we know him better, I first saw him playing in Carlow when I was in college in the early 80s, and Barry Moore, of course, the brother of Christy. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, they were people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. In 1847 was the year it all began. The deadly pains of hunger drove 1 million from the land. They journeyed not for glory, the motive wasn't greed. A voyage of survival across the stormy sea. The city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Some of them knew fortune, some of them knew fame, more of them knew hardship and died upon the plain. They spread throughout the nation and rode the railroad cars. They brought their songs and music to ease their lonely hearts. To the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. In 1847 was the year it all began, when deadly pains of hunger drove 1 million from the land. They journeyed not for glory, the motive wasn't greed. A voyage of survival across the stormy sea. To the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Of the hills of Donegal. all the hills of Donegal. Thank you, folks, and I'd like to say hello to Sabine over there in Germany. Guten Abend. Great to have you on board, Sabine. And her sister and herself, of course, we knew from her grandma and granddad back in near Bantry and all the gigs they came to. And we went across, of course, to Hildesheim, myself and Dan, and we had a great time in Germany. All those great memories. And it's amazing for two German ladies. They're very clued into Irish culture and folk songs and folk music, thanks to their grandparents in particular. And great to see you on board. Kathleen just reminded me. And we love our friends joining us. It makes all the difference, as they say. Anyway, as I'm speaking about Bantry, the next song I'll dedicate to Barry Andrews, who's doing a great job fundraising for the air ambulance. And fantastic work, Barry. Well done. And as I'm on the subject of fundraising, we just got word that there's at least €1,000 from last Sunday's gig in Ballincollig. It's outside Nosh and Coffee for penny dinners in Cork. So it's great to see all the folks doing fundraising. And it was also great to see Kathleen Flynn and what's she say again? Nora Healy. Nora. What's her surname? O'Shea. Nora O'Shea. Sorry, Nora, you'll forgive me. And it was great to see them in person after, chatting with them online for the last year or more. And it's great to see and meet them, two lovely ladies. And thank you again for supporting live music and also the streams, of course. And they're great to go to concerts and all that. Sean Kane and people like that. And okay, so we'll dedicate the next one to Barry and his fundraising campaign. And this song, myself and Barry often sang together, not too far from here up in Vickerstown, and the Shebeen, our great session pub. And hopefully that'll come back soon as well. The great song by Johnny Doon. I am a sailor, you're my first mates. We signed on together, we coupled our fate. Hauled up our anchor, determined not to fail. For the heart's treasure, together set sail. With no maps to guide us, we steered our own course. Rode out the storms when the winds were gale force. We sat out the doldrums in patience and hope. As working together, we learned how to cope. Life is an ocean, and love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. So now, gathered round us, we have our own crew. Together we run this relationship, built it with care for it to last the whole trip. True destinations not marked on any charts, 'cause we're navigating to the shores of the heart. Life is an ocean and love is a boat. In troubled waters it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. So now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Okay folks, the next one I learned from the singing of a great group called Ryan's Fancy. Two of the lads were from Dublin, Fergus O'Byrne and Dermot O'Reilly, and of course the great Dennis Ryan from Newport in Tipperary. And they immigrated in the late 60s, I think it was late 60s, around 1970, and they were based in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. And had the pleasure of meeting them all and playing support to them down in Dunmanway in the Parkway Hotel. And I love this song from the singing of Dermot O'Reilly, and it's called Tie Me Down. And we dedicate it to Carmel and Mary. Good evening, Carmel. Good evening, Mary. Good to have you on board. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Never know I never meant to play around. If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. We've got to get together, tie me down. I've been wheels and I've been rails. I've been dusty roads and grassy wagon trails, till I missed the friends that linger in the streets of my hometown. If you love me, you'd believe me, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Don't you know we never meant to play around? If you love me, you'd believe me, and I'll go with you now. Well, we've got to get together, tie me down. Well, I've seen some, yes, more than one, and there's been some things I wish I'd never done. Once they branded me a devil when I longed to be a clown. Got to go, believe me, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Don't you know we never meant to play around? If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. Well, we got to get together, tie me down. If you swore you'd change no more, there'd be nothing that our hearts would be good for. Yet there's some consideration before you turn around. If you love me, you believe me, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Don't you know we never meant to play around? If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. But we got to get together, tie me down. Tie me down, oh tie me down. Don't you know I never meant to play around? If you love me, you believe me, and I'll go with you now. But we got to get together, tie me down. Well, we've got to get together, tie me down. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I'll have a sup of the coffee, Kathleen. Is everyone doing good out there, yeah?
All good.
Well, it's quite nearly every night, or at least at some stage later, Cavan Haynes from and Penelope from New Zealand look in, and I get a song every day from Cavan. And thank you, Cavan, for all those lovely songs. And Cavan's dear friend, a lovely Irish tenor, Ivan Johnson, is 90 on September 4th, which is today in Ireland. It's probably the 5th in New Zealand right now. And Cavan tells us he's still in fine voice and knows all the old favourites. Born in Belfast, near Carrickfergus, and in New Zealand for 60 years or so. And he still has the strongest Irish accent. That's great. Thank you, Ivan. And I'm going to sing Carrickfergus, and one of my favourite songs.
It's also Father's Day in New Zealand, Cavan said.
Okay, Father's Day in New Zealand. So happy Father's Day.
Well, tomorrow, it's tomorrow there. It's
the 5th.
Yeah.
It's Sunday there, yeah, that's correct, yeah. So happy Father's Day to all fathers in New Zealand.
Just to confuse everyone, sorry.
That's okay. And Carrickfergus is one of my favourite love songs, and a bit like the Dutchman, this one is about an old guy who's wants to see his sweetheart once more before he passes on. But she's across the pond, across the sea, and he needs to find himself a handsome boatman, or at least a boatman, but he's looking for a handsome one. And that's before the advent of aircraft, of course. A nice old song, Carrickfergus from the northeast of Ireland. And we dedicate this to Ivan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ivan. Happy birthday to you. Keep singing, Ivan. At 90 years of age, you remind me of no one but Pete Seeger. Keep it going. Music is tonic, and it's a medicine for sure. I think it is anyway. I wish I was in Carrickfergus, only for night in Ballygrand. I would swim over the deepest ocean, the deepest ocean, my love to find. But the sea is wide, and I cannot swim over, and neither have I the wings to fly. I wish I could meet a handsome boatman to ferry me over to my love and die. But in Kilkenny it is reported on marble stones there, as black as ink, gold and silver. I would support her, but I'll sing no more now till I get a drink. I'm drunk today, and I'm seldom sober. A handsome rover from town to town. Ah, but I'm sick now. My days are numbered. Come all you young men, and lay me down. I'm drunk today, and I'm seldom sober. A handsome rover from town to town. Ah, but I'm sick now. My days are numbered. Come all you young men, and lay me down. That's for you, Ivan. Hope you'll enjoy it if you get to see it. Thank you, Kevin, for asking for that one. And do some banjo. Have we got Alan on board?
Yep.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Jackie and Dawn. And I'll try one. There's bluegrass versions of this, and there's old-timey versions. And I heard Ricky Skaggs doing a clawhammer version, and I decided I'd do my own rendition. Over yonder stands little Maggie with a dram glass in her hand. She's drinking away her troubles while courting another man. Oh, how can I ever stand it just to see those two blue eyes shining in the moonlight like two diamonds in the sky. Pretty flowers were made for blooming, pretty women were made to love. Pretty women were made for loving, little Maggie was made for mine. Last time I saw little Maggie, she was sitting on the banks of the sea. Band you so much, folks. Thank you. Going to do a song called "The Barnyards of Delgaty." Is David MacDonald in there, Kathleen?
He is indeed.
For all you Scottish folks out there. Forget what key I do. It's the first time I'm going to try it in the band. I'll try it in the banjo maybe. Trying to get a key out.
Don't look at me.
As I went down to Tara Market for the fee, I fell in with a wealthy farm in the barnyard to Delgaty. Lentonati to Renati, Lentonati to Reni, Lentonati in the barnyard to Delgaty. Well, he promised me the finest horse that ever I set my eyes upon. When I got to the barnyards, there was nothing there but skin and bone. Lentonati, Turanati, Lentonati, Turani, Lentonati, in the barnyards of Delgaty. As I go down to church on Sunday, Annie's the bonny lass I see, sitting by her father's side and winking o'er the pews at me. Lentonati, Turanati, Lentonati, Turani, Lentonati, in the barnyards of Delgaty. I can drink and no be drunk, I can fight and no be strained, I can kiss anonymous lass and still be welcome to me again. Lentonati, Turanati, Lentonati, Turani, Lentonati, in the barnyards of Delgaty. Lentonati, Turanati, Lentonati, Turani, Lentonati, in the barnyards of Delgaty. Lentonati, Turanati, Lentonati, Turani, Lentonati, the barnyards of Delgaty. We'll try anything once, as I say.
Why not?
I think the key wasn't bad there. That's
Sounded good to
G
me.
flat or F sharp, whichever you prefer. And okay. I keep reminding you folks that the next song I sang for the first time at my wedding. Our wedding.
You'll get there.
I'll throw it in for a little bit of banter. And Kathleen was known as many different versions of her first name. Katie, Catherine, Kate, Kathleen, of course. And Jimmy McCarthy, a Cork man, wrote this beautiful song, Mary Black. Had a big hit with it just a year before we got married, 1987. And right into 88, as a matter of fact. And we got married on the 30th of July. And we dedicate this evening to Kathleen and also to Katie Taylor, boxer, Katie. And as a matter of fact, Jimmy McCarthy, we saw him from a distance in Ballincollig at last Sunday's gig, and I was 90% sure it was him, and I found out it was him after. I should have approached him and said hello, but anyway. And Katie is a song, and hope you like it. Tumbling curls of green by stained glass streaming light, and the yellow coloured lampshades used to keep us up all night, and the smile upon your face, the tears upon your cheek, and the night sky on the window, your heart calling out to me. Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye? A mirror that won't talk, your nightgown on the door, and the old pedal singer just won't sing no more. You can roll the wheels for hours on the movie of this book. It's a question mark on this heart of mine, since an elder back to look. Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? Looking through a tunnel back into the room, like the genius of a druid. The sunlight floods the tomb, and I'm never going back there. I couldn't anyway, 'cause though I made a great escape, I never got away. I'm running home again, Katie. I'm running home again. And cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye? Come running home again, Katie. I'm running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? Katie. Thank you so much, folks. Do a song for you next. I love doing, and it's written by one of the great folk artists of my generation, at least, or a little older, and Stan Rogers, unfortunately no longer with us. He'd still be a young man today if he lived, and died back in 1983. And he was a great man to write songs about the sea in particular, and up there in Nova Scotia, and we just love his music over here in Ireland. Again, brought to us by people like Ryan's Fancy and Macom and Clancy, and this one is a song that I keep on reminding you of what it's about, and it's basically about a boat that sank off the Canadian coast, and the folks who worked on her loved her dearly, and the owners wanted to write her off against insurance. And you just have to look at Stan's definitive version with little preface, and it basically sums up, the song is summed up in the last line of the last verse, the last chorus, should I say. No matter what you've lost, be to love, a home or a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, try and be strong, and stay with it, and you will succeed, hopefully. went down last October in the cold and driving rain. Skipper he'd been drinking and the matey felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock when she was dealt her mortal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. But the groan she gave as she went down caused us to proclaim we'd make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave us 20 years of service, boys, met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. They laughed at us and said we had to go. Well, we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 floating at the dock. But every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. All spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in hard hat suits, twice I've had a bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. We've patched her ends and stopped her vents, stop hatch and port all down. Put cables to her fore and aft, girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. To crumble into scale, she'd saved our lives so many times, living through the gale. The laughing drunken rats who left her to a sorry grave, you won't be laughing in another day. And you to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere you go, turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken and life about to end, no matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken and life about you end, no matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Thank you, folks. Thank you. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, I don't really know that, Eddie. I'll do it next week if I get a chance. I'll have to lyric read it for that song. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful song written by the great Gordon Lightfoot, of course. And hopefully, Eddie, I might be able to do a version of it next week if you're back. I'm going to try 4 Strong Winds. Wind was rising a bit today, Kathleen, yeah?
It certainly was.
Think I go. I think what key would that? I'm very bad this evening. Excuse
You have a
me,
good
pardon.
excuse.
Think I'll go out to Alberta. The weather's good there in the fall. I got some friends that I could go to working for. Still I wish you'd change your mind if I ask you one more time. But we've been through this 100 times or more. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. And if I get there before the snow flies and the things are looking good, you could meet me if I send you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, not too much for you to do, and those winds sure can blow cold way out there. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. Okay, we'll do sea shanty for you next. This is a great old song dedicated to Martina and Anthony. And so get out your sailing gear and your sailing paraphernalia and your sailing outfits, and let's sail out together. And it was an old sea shanty called Leave Her, Johnny, Leave Her. Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull to the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her together. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done, the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, pulley lovers, are you getting no pay? Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, pulley lovers, and then be gay, and it's time for us was bad, but the mate was worse. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, he blow you down with the spite and the curse. And it's time for us to leave her together. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull to the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Thank you so much, folks. And do a song next wrote myself about a man who emigrated from one of the Blasket Islands, the big one, the Great Blasket Island, and left on his father's advice. And 16 years of age, he emigrated from the island, you could say, onto the mainland, and ended up in Dublin. He was Irish language speaking. He learned speaking English in Dublin. Then he met his sweetheart and they headed to the United States and made a good life for themselves. He used to visit the island regularly enough, but he wanted to see it once more before he passed. And that's where I found out about it on the documentary. He arrived and wrote this song, Bones of It, over in Rugby, where Sheila and Sam, our friends, live for a lot of the year. And they are back in Ireland at their great Forgefield guest house near Kenmare. And we welcome you back and hope to see you soon. And we'll sing another one for you later on as well. And Last Island Man, dedicate this especially to Heinz over there in Germany, who asked for this one. And one of the ones I'm proud of writing, really. And there's the Great Blasket Island Centre, the tourist centre. There's a corner, if you're ever there, down at the very end of the corridor, dedicated to this man, Michael Carney. He was born in 1920, a mile out from the shore, on the Great Blasket Island. He was Irish to the core, fluent in his native tongue, but no future for him there. His father gave him 5 shillings when he was 16 fair. He's the last island man, and his heart it lives there yet. Thoughts that linger in his mind, a place he never will forget. He left his native island for Dublin city bound, where he met his Maureen at a dance. His future wife he'd found. He learned to speak in English there, for 11 years did stay. When he and Maureen sailed away to far America, he's the last island and his heart it lives there yet. Thoughts that linger in his mind, a place he never will forget. They were married 2 years later and raised 4 children well, from working hard in different jobs in Springfield chose to dwell. Over 90 years have passed, and his heart now it still lies in the island that he wants to see once more before he dies. He's the last island man, and his heart it lives there yet. Thoughts that linger in his mind, a place he never will forget. He makes that journey home once more at the age of 92, to recall all those memories and the people that he knew. His name is Michael Kearney, and from where his life began, he left us his great story. He's the last island man. He's the last island man, and his heart it lives there yet. Thoughts that linger in his mind, a place he never will forget. He's the last island man, and his heart it lives there yet. Thoughts that linger in his mind, a place he never will forget. Thank you, Heinz. Okay, Mike Horn is looking in from Australia, and he wants to weary hobo.
Not on the guitar, though.
On the guitar.
Not on the guitar.
Oh, I'll do it on the banjo. I'm only joking. We have a bit of banter going between us. We've yet to meet in person, but it'll be probably a big disappointment. We have so much fun online. Looking forward to that, Mike. Make it happen soon, and we'll be there. And I'll do another one or two with the guitar. Or will I do the banjo? Will I get the banjo? Just in case Mike is. I think he's up. It's early in the morning, Mike, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. There's 2 more before the banjo time anyway.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll slip it in there somewhere. Okay, anyway, we'll do the 2 songs that I was going to do. And you get another extra one for your bonus this evening. Here's a song called The Spanish Lady. It's about a lady who used to patrol the red light district of Dublin City many years ago, whatever that means to an innocent young garçon like me. Send it out to all our folks up there in Dublin. As I went down to Dublin City at the hour of 12 at night, who should I spy but the Spanish lady washing her feet by candlelight. First she washed them, then she dried them over a fire of amber coal. In all my life I ne'er did see a maid so fair about the soul. Whack for the tooraloora-laddie, whack for the tooraloora-lay. Whack for the tooraloora-laddie, whack for the tooraloora-lay. As I came back to Dublin City at the hour of 8:30, who Pushing us by with the Spanish lady, brushing her hair in broad daylight. First she tossed it, then she brushed it, on the lap was a silver comb. In all my life I ne'er did see a mate so sweet since I did roam. Whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay, whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay. As I came back through Dublin city, as the sun began to set, pushing us by with the Spanish lady, catching the moths in a golden net. When she saw me, then she fled me, lifting her petticoat over her knee. And all my life I ne'er did see a mate so shy as a Spanish lady. Whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay, whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay. Well, I've wandered north, I've wandered south, through Stony Batter and Patrick's Close, up and around by the Gloucester Diamond, round by Napper Tandy's house. Old age has laid her hand on me, cold as a fire of ashy coal. Ah, but where is the lovely Spanish lady, neat and sweet about the soul? Whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay, whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay, whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay, whack for the tooraloo-laddie, whack for the tooraloo-lay. Okay. In 1841, me corduroy breeches I put on. Me corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway, I'm weary of the railway, poor Paddy works on the railway. In 1842, myself a job to do, working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway in 1843. Put me shovel across me knee, went to work with the company in the Leeds and Selby Railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway in 1844. We landed on the Liverpool shore. Our bellies were empty, our hands were raw from working on the railway, I'm weary of the railway, poor Paddy works working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, filling switches, dodging leeches. I was working on the railway. In 1847, poor Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Poor Paddy was thinking of going to heaven to work upon the railway, the railway. I'm weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging leeches. I was working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging leeches. I was working on the railway. Okay. I'm trying to see what key to the whole one. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. You have to tell me, Mike. It's been a while since I sang. Or maybe it's an F. And he sprung this one on me, but I'll do it because I love the song. And I learned it from the singing of Pete Seeger, of course. And here goes. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. I know your clothes are torn and ragged, and your hair is turning grey. Lift your head and smile at trouble. You'll find peace and rest someday. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the time slip slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? 'Cause that's the hobo's lullaby. Now don't you worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow come and go. Tonight you're in a nice warm boxcar, safe from all that wind and snow. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? 'Cause that's the hobo's lullaby. I know the policeman cause you trouble. They cause trouble everywhere. policeman there. Let's go. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? 'Cause that's the hobo's lullaby. Let's go again. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? 'Cause that's the hobo's lullaby. That's the hobo's lullaby. That's for you, Mike. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for being up so early on a Sunday morning. All good, Kat?
All great.
How's Katie getting on? Does anyone know?
I have no idea. Maybe someone might know that's listening if they
Anyone
can
any
find out
idea
for
how
us.
Katie Taylor's getting on this evening? Don't leave this show to watch it. Warning,
You can watch it on the
we'll watch it after.
on the side eye.
Especially for Katie. I am just a poor bado, my story is seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbled suture promises. Lies and jest, till the man hears what he wants to hear, disregards the rest. La la la, la la la, la 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 la. I left my home, my family, I was no more than a boy, in the company of strangers, in the quiet of a railroad station, running scared. Laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they will know. Let's go. La la la, la 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 la. La la la, la 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 la. Asking only workman's wages, I come looking for a job. I get no offers, just to come on from the whores on 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome I took some comfort there. La 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 my winter clothes, wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters have been bleeding me, going home. In the beer stands a boxer, a fighter by Ace Ray, and he carries their reminders of every love that laid him down and cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. La la la, la la la, la 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 la, all together. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, 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 La 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 la. La 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 la. Fade out. Okay. We say hello to our friends in North Carolina, Tammy and Margaret. Thank you for being so loyal. We really appreciate your company. Here's the devil. String, I mean. For our friends in North Carolina, this has become an anthem, almost like God's counting on me, and isn't that great? And I can't wait to get over to see you all again. We can't.
Definitely not.
And Tom Coughlin is not looking in tonight, Kathleen, he said.
No, he
Says
can't
be a
make
bold
it
boy.
tonight.
All the places I have been to, all the things that I have seen, since I left my home to wander when I was just 15. Though the travelling was easy, still sometimes the road got rough, and by the time that I turned 35, I thought I'd seen enough. But for me to settle down a while was not what God had planned. So one more time I left my home with my suitcase in my hand. Though the journey took me far and wide across the deep blue sea, and now I know since I've been there where I was meant to be. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, I've seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. After 30 years I've sang the songs that Doc has told to me, and the things that he would sing about I never dreamed I'd see. In the hills of Carolina, folks have opened up the door, and for the first time in my life I'm not a stranger anymore. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. Such a beautiful song
It is a
from
beautiful
our
one.
friend Uwe Kruger and Kruger Brothers, of course, and they're changing their nights because of they're back on the road again, which is great to hear and see. So keep a close eye on the Kruger Brothers events and on their website and their Facebook page, of course. So I think it was Wednesday we watched it this week.
It's Wednesday, yeah.
It's possibly Wednesday every week, I'm not sure. It was to be Monday for a while, but obviously they're juggling with the night to fit in with their schedule, and hopefully we'll see them in person soon again. I just love their music. It's so versatile and beautifully performed to the highest world-class standards, of course, and I think Tammy and Margaret will attest to that. And okay folks, it's nearly time for me to leave you and love you. And Kathleen, are you leaving them as well? Are you going to stay on for an hour after I'm finished?
Oh, I will, yeah. Definitely be no show.
And here's one of my favourite leaving songs. We got two more. This one and the anthem. And this one we'll dedicate to Sheila and Sam. As I mentioned them earlier, they're back in Ireland for a spell, and I hope to see you in the next couple of weeks in person. It'd be lovely to catch up again. And one of my favourite singer-songwriters on the planet is Eric Bogle. And this song, beautiful song written about the leaving of his mother, Nancy Bogle. Heard the song first, I thought it might have been about a romantic couple. It's about a son and a true story, and his mother, Nancy Bogle. And he left in 1969, travelled to Australia, where he's been living since in the Adelaide area, and this is one of the first songs he wrote when he got there about his mom, and called "The Leaving of Nancy, Goodbye My Nancy O." And it's a very sad song, I suppose, in a way, because I think he got to see her after, but he asked her not to shed any tears until he had left train station in Glasgow, and just as the train was pulling away from the platform, he was leaning out the window waving goodbye to his mother, heading off to Australia, and he saw the tears trickling from her eyes. Then comes the train and the whole platform shakes. It stops with a shudder and screaming the brakes. The parting has come, and I'm weary, so late. I'm leaving my Nancy O. But you stand there so calmly, determinedly gay, and you talk of the weather and events of the day. But your eyes tell me all that your tongue doesn't say. Goodbye, my Nancy O. And come a little closer, lay your head upon my shoulder, and let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. My suitcase is lifted and stood on the train, and 1,000 regrets whirl around in my brain. But the ache in my heart, it's the black sea of pain. I'm leaving my Nancy O. But you stand there so calmly, so lovely to see, and the grip of your hands, it's an unspoken plea. You're not fooling yourself, and you're not fooling me. Goodbye, my Nancy O. And come a little closer, lay your head upon my shoulder, and let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. Our time has run out and the whistle has blown, and here I must leave you standing alone. We had so little time, and now our time's gone. Goodbye, my Nancy O. And as the train starts steady to roll, and as I lean out for to wave and to call, I see your first tears trickle and fall. Goodbye, my Nancy O. Come a little closer, come a little closer. Lay your head upon my shoulder, lay your head upon my shoulder. Let me hold you one more time. Let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. Before the whistle blows. Let's go again. And come a little closer, lay your head upon my shoulder, and let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. And let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. Thank you so much, folks, and we'll leave you and love you until next week. We're hitting the round the 80 episode, and they're just flying along, and 80 episodes is something like 120 hours of music. So there's a legacy there, and I have posted most of the episodes to date on YouTube as well, so because they kind of get lost, and Facebook threatened to delete them and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and keep them up to date as well. And our friend Heinz from Germany, we started putting the times in and the set lists in YouTube as well. There's not many of them done, but that's the idea. And if you click on any of the times, if you like a song on the list and you want to skip onto it, and you click on the time after the song, it will go straight on the timeline of the video to that particular song. So hopefully we'll get them all done eventually. Heinz, thank you so much for your help. And folks, you might have seen the video I did with my grandnieces for the next song, which was originally, I'd heard Pete Seeger sing it a good few times, and then my good friend Dave Sheehan suggested to use it as kind of an anthem during COVID, and how right he was, because the lyrics in this song are very hopeful. like to publicly thank my grandnieces for giving their time and their patience, and they did a great job. I think you'll agree. And please share it like crazy. And if you think there's anyone in the public domain that could, in TV or radio, that could, it's also the audio version is on my Bandcamp page. If you want to get audio only, stream it for free. I think you buy it for €1 or $1 or something like that. Written by Pete Seeger and his friend Laurie Wyatt. And when we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Now don't give up, don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Now don't give up, don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. And hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Now when we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When we sing with younger folks, we can never, I say never, give up hope. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Like, come on. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Louder. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Good night, folks, from me and Kathleen, Shonda. See you next week.